This is Roxamore Sports Live. Hello and welcome to tonight's viewers. I'm Max Keever with Roxamore Sports Live. We're here at the Franklin Regional High School Arena, getting ready for tonight's boys varsity soccer skirmish match. Tonight, it's Franklin Regional High School, the Panthers playing against Woodland Hills High School, the Wolverines. This is the first time match for these two teams. These guys are eager and ready to put in what they practice into action for the rest of the season. There's a lot of time. There's a lot of things they can learn this season, but right now we're going to see these teams mature in their plays and their strategy as the season goes on. So this game will certainly be a time to remember. It will definitely be a hallmark for these two teams and their strategy. So I'm looking forward to it, and I know you all as well. Thank you again for being our viewers for tonight. We're getting ready for our kickoff, which will be happening in a few minutes. Again, tonight's lineup is the Franklin Regional High School playing against Woodland Hills High School. These teams have practiced a lot. They've, in a sport like this, it's kind of hard to keep away from each other, social distancing, but we know the coaches have definitely taken the procedures necessary to make these players as safe as possible. So it's going to be a very hard practice for these guys to execute. And we do have spectators here, but most of them are family members. But we know a lot of you guys who attend to these high schools are definitely viewing, so we respect your support. And if you're at your house, feel free to cheer loud as proud as you would be if you were here live. Again, we are getting ready for the kickoff in a few minutes. The lineup is Franklin Regional High School playing against Woodland Hills High School, boys varsity.
Let me help you with your vision, they losing their sight here. Time to send the world a message they might hear. Like Meek Mills, I'm making it quite clear. I'm chasing my dreams and fighting my nightmares. I'm going real hard, I'm talking words you understand, I'm talking real bars. I'm going everywhere you know, I'm talking real far. Yeah, it's time to raise a toast to this thing to the love the most. As I go from coast to coast, I'm talking north side, I'm talking south side, I'm talking east side, I'm talking west side. I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide. Yeah, it's time to let you know how I spit it when I flow. When I go and light a fuse and I set to let it blow. I'm talking worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide. Yeah, time to check my status and the GOAT is what it be. And you know I'm over 30, so my level is a G. And I may be from the hood, but I'm way beyond these streets. And my pockets hate a diet, so they always down to eat. Even though they screaming fame, and it's always spelling me. And I'll never hang it up till my mission is complete. And I'm looking at you haters, I suggest you take a seat. Cause it's all fun and games to a killer show his teeth. This is for them cats that be screaming homies. Claiming that you're real, but we know you're phony. Now I'm chilling with my sons, they my one and only. Like the Triller brothers, This year we screaming Lions only. Step into this den, I welcome all who will dare. Never met a David, tell me whom shall I fear? Gotta rep the nation, black and gold is what I wear. If you look to your left, to your right, I'm everywhere. I'm talking worldwide. I'm going worldwide. I'm going worldwide. I'm going worldwide. Yeah.
Hello and welcome. This is Roxamore Sports Live. Hello and welcome to tonight's viewers. I'm Maximilian Kiever with Roxamore Sports Live. We're here at the Franklin Regional High School Arena getting ready for tonight's boys varsity soccer scrimmage match. Tonight, it's Franklin Regional High School, the Panthers, playing against Woodland Hills High School, the Wolverines. This will be a first-time match for these two teams. These guys are ready to hit what they practice in action, and we're here to witness it. So there's a lot of time early in the season to see these plays mature, the strategy mature. So we're here to witness this, and this game will certainly be a hallmark for these two teams. So coaches just a few minutes away from the kickoff. Just a few minutes away from the kickoff. The teams are preparing. They're ready. They're going to put everything they practice right into action, and we're here to witness it. Thank you to all of our viewers for tuning in. Right now, we have a lot of spectators here at the arena. A lot of them are expected to be family members of the players that are on the field, but a lot of the people that have the high school spirit for both Woodland Hills and Franklin Regional, we know that you're here, so give a big shout for where you are. If you're in an apartment, be considerate to your neighbors, but give a big shout, and these schools will definitely feel your spirit. There's just an announcement going on right now. After that, the kickoff will be ready, and we'll be here to witness the action. Right now, they're honoring the coaches. These coaches have put a lot of effort into keeping these players safe. Keep in mind that there's a pandemic going on, and it's very impressive that these teams were able to practice the way they've been doing so, with the safety precautions needed. But right now, Ben Cafalis. Chris Rain as number 28. Captain of the Woodland Hills Wolverines. Number 1, sophomore Eon Butler. Number 1, freshman Noah Corrales. Number 14, number 7, Usi Siafuka. Number 23, Chris Fergie. Walker Edwards. Xander Bush for number 17. Eve Obalga. Now the lineup for the Franklin Regional Panthers. Ben Kimmick. Sophomore. Number 25, Goldson Hudson. Jake Kimmick. Junior forward, number 21, Anthony Falco. Goalkeeper, Gianni Giacopoulos. Blake Cooper. Jake Shirelli. Senior captain, number 35, Jack Lorenz. Senior captain, number 25, Goal Fury. Luke Kimmick. Jack Johnston. Isaac Gamlo, number 19. All right, that was the national anthem, and they're getting ready for the kickoff. The Wolverines are assembling on the field, and now Franklin Regional High School is getting ready to assemble as well. Thank you again to all of our viewers for watching. This is Roxamore Sports Live. Looks like the players right now are taking a knee, kneeling, praying. What have they? Getting the spirits up, motivating each other. All right. They are setting up their positions right now, getting ready for the kickoff. They are making their chant right now, getting spirits up. We have the kickoff Being prepared. Ball handing over to Franklin Regional High School. Ball's off. In possession of Franklin Regional. Number 26. Ball is in possession of number 33. Back to the goalie. Goalie kicks that out of position. And pass is back to defense. And the ball is out of the sidelines. There'll be a throw-in by Franklin Regional. It's back in possession by Woodland Hills. Quite a bit of a struggle going on there. Ball's in possession of Woodland Hills. They're making a break for it. Franklin Regional has possession of the ball. Woodland Hills. Woodland Hills. Ooh. A bit rough there. Woodland Hills is doing a throw-in. And it is out of the threat. Franklin Regional has possession of the ball. They're setting up the position for an offensive play. It is out of the touchline. It'll be a throw-in by Woodland Hills. It is back out of the touchline. Throw-in by Woodland Hills. They have possession of the ball. Throw-in by Franklin Regional. Quite an impressive throw. And the ball is free and just rescued by defense. Wonderful walk. All right. Look at that. Wonderful foot technique right there. Able to get the ball out of the threat. And there you go. Keeping the pressure on each other. Ball is in possession by Franklin Regional. Pass back to goal. Threat has been averted, and now the pressure is back on Woodland Hills. Oh! And that was a goal. Oh. Yep, nope, now they're calling it offsides. Wonderful execution, but unfortunately it was offsides. Certainly enough to get everyone's hopes up, though, in the meantime. Let's see. Franklin Regional has possession of the ball, keeping the pressure on Woodland Hills. And, excellent save right there. I was almost certain he was going to redeem himself. Franklin Regional going in for the defense, kicking it back to goalie, and the goalie is averting the threat, kicking it back to midfield. They'll call in an offsides. Isn't it? And, ooh, excellent save by the goalie. Franklin Regional, the ball is in, and can he make it? Oh, excellent save by the goalie. Pressure is back on Woodland Hills. It looks like that'll be a goal kick for Woodland Hills. The goalie for Woodland Hills is A.J. Hill. Excellent punt. Wonderful execution. And the pressure is on, but it's the defense of Franklin Regional that is averting the threat. Wonderful formation there on the passing. The pressure is back on Woodland Hills, but it went over the touchline, so it will be a throw-in. Oh, it's offsides. Woodland Hills will be kicking the ball back into the field. Excellent save by A.J. Hill. Franklin Regional is certainly keeping up the pressure here on Woodland Hills. Oh, and that is a goal, folks. A.J. Kimmick has kicked it in. Woodland Hills is definitely going to take more of a defensive stance now. Folks, this is early in the season, so it's all a matter of perspective. It's a matter of reading each other's plays. When you're playing in a sport like this, it's very hard to read each other sometimes when it's an actual tournament versus when it's in practice. So these guys have a lot of time to mature over this season. But I think there's a lot to learn in this match alone. There's certainly a lot of time for these players to make a difference right now. We are in the first period of the game. Woodland Hills is keeping back the pressure. Excellent defense. The possession is now back to Franklin Regional. Number 24 has passed it over to number 35. Just touching the touch lines ever so slightly. It's keeping it around the penalty box. Will be a goal kick by Woodland Hills, A.J. Hill. Oh. Correction there. Franklin Regional is in possession of the ball. Excellent passing technique. Ball is in possession by number 25 of Franklin Regional. Offsides has been called. Woodland Hills will be making the kick back into the field. Ball is in possession by number 24 of Franklin Regional Hill. Number 23. Excellent defense by Woodland Hills. Woodland Hills is keeping off the pressure from those side of the field. A foul has been called. It'll be a free kick by Woodland Hills. Franklin Regional has broken that threat off. Excellent passing technique. Then the pressure's on the goalie here, and look at that. Wonderful footwork, wonderful passing technique, and Franklin Regional has made a goal. The goal was by DeFalco and Hudson Holson. Woodland Hills is in possession of the ball. It is a pass over to Franklin Regional is in possession of the ball. Number 24. Number 21 is making another breakthrough. Can he make it through? Pressure is certainly on if he passes it. And, excellent work by the defense. Excellent. Excellent. Franklin Regional Hill is putting the pressure back on Woodland Hills. I'll be a throw-in by Franklin Regional. It'll be a corner kick by Frank Regional. Certainly a lot can happen with these corner kicks. Let's see what Franklin Regional has. Colton Holton has set the hot. Almost. The anticipation was there, but the expectation was not quite met. It'll be a goal kick. And he kicked it back. Franklin Regional High School in possession of the ball, and excellent work by the goalie. Ball's back in possession by Woodland Hills. No, Franklin Regional. Franklin Regional is putting the pressure back on Woodland Hills. Throw-in by Franklin Regional. It'll be thrown by Kimmick. And it'll be a corner kick by Franklin Regional. Kimmick will be taking the kick. Oh, excellent walk by the defense of Woodland Hills. Ball is now in Woodland Hills' possession. And the pressure is back on to Franklin Regional Hills side of the field. It is over the touchline. It'll be a throw-in by Franklin Regional. Looks like they're doing a substitution at the moment. Woodland Hills is keeping the pressure on Franklin Regional. And the threat has been averted, but it's back on Woodland Hills' possession. Franklin Regional looks like they have a formation set up here for a goal. If the right type of pass is made, they can certainly make that goal in. Excellent walk by Woodland Hills defense. It'll be a corner kick, it looks like. Oh, no, actually, correction. That'll be a goal kick by Woodland Hills. The score is now 2-0, with Franklin Regional having 2 points over Woodland Hills. Luke Kimmick is setting up the play here. Possession is back in possession. Woodland Hills is trying on to keep that ball out of their side. And it's over the touchline. It'll be a throw-in by Franklin Regional. Shirelli will throw the ball in. Woodland Hills is really keeping up with that defense here. It's a wonderful formation they have here. They're reading each other's plays well. Unfortunately for them, Franklin Regional is keeping the pressure on their side, it looks like mostly throughout this beginning of the game. Franklin Regional's back in, and it's set up for a goal, and that is a goal by Franklin Regional. Goal was done by Hudson of Franklin Regional. The score is now 3-0. Franklin Regional with 3 points over Woodland Hills. Ball is back down, and it was almost an offsides there, but not quite, not quite. They read that play well. It will be a goal kick. Goal kick by Woodland Hills. Woodland Hills is keeping in an offensive pressure on Franklin Regional. Number 20 of Franklin Regional is keeping the ball within range. Excellent passing technique by Franklin Regional. Ball's back in midfield. Woodland Hills is keeping up the pressure. Looks like that went over the sideline. Throw in by Woodland Hills. There'll be a substitution for Woodland Hills. Number 5, Keith Sand. Franklin Regional's keeping up the pressure, and it is a goal indeed for Franklin Regional. Gefelto. Assisted by Colton Hudson. The score is now 4-0. Franklin Regional with 4 points over Woodland Hills. Be a throw in by Franklin Regional. It is now in possession of goalkeeper Anthony Hill. Woodland Hills is keeping up the pressure on Franklin Regional side. Franklin Regional's defense is averting the pressure. There'll be a goal kick by Franklin Regional. And the pressure is back on Woodland Hills side. It's a scene all too familiar for Woodland Hills. It is another goal for Franklin Regional. The score is now 5-0. Franklin Hills with 5 points over Woodland Hills. Woodland Hills is putting the pressure onto Franklin Regional. But it looks like Franklin Regional's defense is keeping away the pressure away from the penalty box. And the threat is back onto Woodland Hills side. Excellent work by the goalie, A.J. Hill. Ooh. Handball has been called. There'll be a free kick from DeFalco. Woodland Hills is setting up that wall there to prevent this kick from happening. And it is safe. It'll be a goal kick by Woodland Hills. Shit, I'm in the wrong. Franklin Regional. Oh, and it's offsides. Ball has been kicked away from Franklin Regional side of the field. And the pressure is back on to Woodland Hills. And the ball has been saved by Woodland Hills goalie, Anthony Hill. And the ball is over the touch lines. It will be a throw-in by Kimmick from Franklin Regional. Passed over to Franklin Regional, and unfortunately for Woodland Hills, it is another goal. Franklin Regional is certainly keeping up that pressure. Anthony Falco has made that goal. It is a scene all too familiar for Woodland Hills. It's still early in the game, guys, so they have a lot of time to turn it around. But right now, tonight, it's a new experience for them after so much practice. So there's a lot they can learn from this one match. Franklin Regional is really reading each other pretty well. These passes is what's working to Franklin Regional's advantage. It appears that Woodland Hills is playing more of a defensive game, but they are certainly not shy about keeping up the pressure on Franklin Regional. Possession by Franklin Regional's goalie. It's an offsides. This is Roxamore Sports Live. Thank you for all that is viewing in right now at this moment in time. Pressure is on. Woodland Hills is keeping the pressure, and Woodland Hills had a lot of expectation there, but it's unfortunately did not go as they had planned. The ball is open. It has been kicked away by Hill. And it's over the touchline. It'll be a throw-in by Franklin Regional. Zimmerman will be doing the throw-in. Franklin Regional has possession of the ball. Woodland Hills has averted the pressure. Can they maintain that pressure? Or can they bring it back over to Franklin Regional's side? Defense is reading each other well here. But Franklin Regional's passes are a threat to be reckoned with. And is that a goal? It appears that's a goal by Franklin Regional. The score is now 6-0. Franklin Regional has 6 points over Woodland Hills. Correction, 7 points over Woodland Hills. Woodland Hills is now in possession of the ball. Franklin Regional is bringing the pressure back onto Woodland Hills. And the set is there. And it is another goal by Franklin Regional. By Cooper of Franklin Regional. The score is now 8-0. It's those passes that has really worked into Franklin Regional's advantage here. Franklin Regional's in possession of the ball. And it's over the sideline. It'll be thrown by Franklin Regional. And it is over the touchline. It'll be a corner kick by Franklin Regional. Corner kicks are particularly a threatening position in soccer. But it looks like they are making a passive kick into the penalty box. It is saved by A.J. Hills. Woodland Hills is now in possession of the ball, and now it's back to Franklin Regional. Send it back to the goalie from Franklin Regional. Franklin Regional is keeping it out of the penalty box as far away as possible. Bringing it back to midfield. These plays are really well read. The pressure is back on Woodland Hills' side with Franklin Hills in possession of the ball. Franklin Regional. A little bit of a misspeak there, folks. Woodland Hills is doing the best to keep it out of the penalty box there. And the threat is right there, right in front of the goalie. Woodland Hills is doing the best to keep it away from their side of the field. But the pressure is certainly there by Franklin Regional. They are not letting it go past the midfield. Take careful notice of Franklin Regional's play right there. They are ready for that pass, and that pass is what will lead them to the goal. Number 24 is in possession of the ball from Franklin Regional, and it has been saved by Woodland Hills. Woodland Hills is now in possession of the ball, keeping away. Wonderful footwork by number 35 of Franklin Regional. Anthony Hill is in possession of the ball of Woodland Hills. Ethan Sadowski for Franklin Regional has entered the game as a substitution. 23, Dylan Tom and Caleb Lorraine. Thrown by Franklin Regional. Woodland Hills has kicked the threat away from their goal. Inbound. Franklin Regional keeping possession of the ball here. Franklin Regional in possession. Defensive passing, and the ball is back onto Woodland Hills' side. Goal has been kicked off the touchline by A.J. Hill. Franklin Regional back in possession, and it's off. The ball is off the touchlines. It'll be a throw-in by Franklin Regional. Ooh, and that was almost a goal there. It'll be a throw-in by Woodland Hills. Ooh, Dotson has made that kick and it almost went in, but fortunately for Woodland Hills, the physics were against him. It'll be a goal kick. Foul by Franklin Regional. Free kick by Woodland Hills. Woodland Hills is in possession of the ball. Looks like that was an offsides. Franklin Regionals playing a defensive strategy on their side. And that. Ooh. Woodland Hills is in possession of the ball. With the right type of passing strategy, it could become something. And it's over the goal line, but it'll be a goal kick. Woodland Hills will be doing the throw-in. The pressure is now down on Franklin Regional's side of the field by Woodland Hills. Excellent save by Franklin Regional's goalie. Will do a free kick. is over the line. It will be a goal kick by Franklin Regional. Decouples. For Franklin Regional, there will be a substitution. Adson Todd is now in the field by Franklin Regional. That is an offsides. Oh, no. Correction, that. Franklin Regional back in possession of the ball, and it is over the touchline. It'll be a throw-in by Woodland Hills. Ball's in possession of Woodland Hills. Oh, and it is an offsides. Woodland Hills is now in possession of the ball on Franklin Regional's side of the field. Franklin Regional is putting an excellent defensive strategy on Woodland Hills. The ball is back on the midline, and it is over the touchline. Woodland Hills will be doing the throw-in. Ball is in possession of Woodland Hills at this point, and it is over the touchline. It'll be a throw-in by Franklin Regional. Franklin Regional in possession of the ball. And the anticipation was there, but it will be a corner kick by Franklin Regional. Woodland Hills defense is further the threat. The score is 8-0 with Franklin Regional with 8 points over Woodland Hills. Again, thank you to all of our viewers for watching with us in this very intense game. Ball is in possession of Franklin Regional. Woodland Hills is certainly trying to keep that pressure in there, but it is back onto their side of the field by Franklin Regional. It is over the touchline. It will be a throw-in by Woodland Hills. That pass was broken. Kafori will throw in. And 30 seconds is remaining in the half. Woodland Hills is now in possession of the ball, and the ball has been taken back by Franklin Regional. It looks like it will go right into Hills' hands. Ball has been saved by Woodland Hills, and that is halftime. The score is 8-0. Franklin Hills in the lead over Woodland Hills. Correction, Franklin Regional is in the lead over Woodland Hills. This is Roxamore Sports Live. Thank you to all of the viewers for tuning in with us. The score is 8-0 with Franklin Regional in the lead over Woodland Hills. Woodland Hills has certainly been playing a defensive game, but it is ultimately in the end Franklin Regional that has been putting in a lot of pressure. These passes have really been working to their advantage, and they have been making a lot of goals with doing that. The players are well read. It looks like Woodland Hills is trying to take more of an offensive strategy, but it's not quite going there the way they expected it. We'll be back after these messages.
Hello, I'm Leon Roxamore, founder and CEO of Roxamore Sports, Media, and Ministries. The beginning of Grief from Home Services, it was an epiphany moment for me. I had a relative that recently passed away during this COVID-19 epidemic. I had family members up and down the East Coast, down in Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, all the way up. The funeral was here in Pittsburgh. The funeral home would let no more than 10 people in to view the body. I said, you know what? They're not going to get an opportunity to have closure with my family member, with their family member. And so it began. I began to say, why not take what we have, what we've done with the sports network, and now open up a new department in Roxamore and make a new platform for Grief for Home Services. It's a ministry because it's service, and we are here to serve. We want to help families be able to still attend the funeral. We will go there, stream it for you, and you'll be able to watch it in real time with the loved ones who are there. Sometimes we just don't want to be alone. And we want the families who are grieving for their loved ones to know that they're not alone, that Roxamore is in this with you. I am in this with you. We stand together to help you grieve, to help you have closure, and to help support you through these difficult times until it passes. And this too shall pass. But we will be here ready to serve you, your family, and your friends. May God be with you. May God bless you and keep you during this difficult time.
Hi, welcome to Fit for Boxing Club.
Here at Fit for Boxing, you'll find a fast, fun, and effective workout where you can burn up to 1,000 calories. Come try a free class at Fit for Boxing, where beginners are always welcome. It's fun for the whole family, people of all ages. Old or young, it doesn't matter. In addition to our trainer-led workouts, we also offer private lessons, community fundraiser and team building events for local companies and more.
Hi, my name's Mario. I've been a member at Fit 4 Boxing for a little over a year now. If you need to get a good workout in, come to Fit 4 Boxing, and Rich and his staff will take care of each and every one of you.
Fit for Boxing Club is located in Hampton Township, just outside of the city of Pittsburgh on William Flynn Highway. Come learn how to box and have fun. Call Fit 4 Boxing Club at 412-213-3584 or visit our website at www.fit4boxingclub.com.
And we're back with Franklin Regional playing against Woodland Hills Boys Varsity Soccer. This is Roxamore Live, and we're appreciative of your viewing of tonight's game. It certainly has been an interesting time with Franklin Regional scoring over 8 points over Woodlands. Nothing at the moment. It's all in the beginning of the season, so a lot can happen throughout the season. This is just the start. It's a good experience, a good workout for these two teams. Blake Cooper of Franklin Regional is taking a corner kick. And it looks like it will be a goal kick by Woodland Hills. And it ran right into Franklin Regional's possession. Woodland Hills is working its defense, keep the pressure away from their side. They're kicking it back to midfield. Franklin Regional is in possession of the ball. Franklin Regional has a foul, and the ball is in possession of Woodland Hills. Ball is in possession of Franklin Regional. Kept a nice boxing strategy right there, maintaining the ball. And the pressure is off on their side. It's back on to Woodland Hills. Excellent block by Woodland Hills goalie. It'll be Bush with the corner shot. It was a close corner shot by Franklin Regional. Franklin Regional's back into possession. The ball is over the touch line. It'll be a throw-in by Woodland Hills. Franklin Regional's back in possession of the ball. The pressure is on. And it looks like Franklin is reading these plays quite well. The ball's back in Woodland Hills' possession. It will be a goal kick. Franklin Regional back in possession of the ball. And they have a breakthrough, and it is a goal by Franklin Regional. The score is now 9-0, with Franklin Regional in the lead. So far, it has been a flawless victory for Franklin Regional. Kickoff here. Woodland Hills back in possession of the ball. And now Franklin Regional has possession. Maintaining a decent boxing strategy. Ball is in midfield right now. Ball is back over in Franklin Regional side, but the threat doesn't seem to be present on their side whatsoever at this moment in time. And the ball's over the touchline. He'll be a throw-in by Franklin Regional. Throw-in by Kimmick of Franklin Regional. Wonderful footwork by Franklin Regional. Maintaining the pressure. Excellent save by the goalie of Woodland Hills, Steiner. Franklin Regional will be making the corner kick here. Cooper will be taking the corner kick for Franklin Regional. Can they make it? Oh, another goal. Let's see. And crisis averted. Woodland Hills is now in possession of the ball. Back to Franklin. Kick by Woodland Hills. Franklin Regional back in possession of the ball. The ball is open. And anticipation. And that wraps it up. There's 10 points on the board now for Franklin Regional. The score is 10-0 with Franklin Regional in the lead. Colton Hudson made the last goal. Is in possession of the ball. Thrown by Woodland Hills. Franklin Regional has set up the defense. It is back in Franklin Regional's possession. Ball back in Franklin Regional's possession. Cooper. Lorenz. And that is a goal. The score is 11-0 with Franklin Regional in the lead. The last goal was by Zach Lorenz of Franklin Regional. Cavalis is entering back in the game for Woodland Hills. Woodland Hills is keeping the ball to the midfield. And it is back in Woodland Hills' possession. And it was almost in, but just right over the goal. There'll be a goal kick by Woodland Hills. Ball's back in possession of Franklin Regional. Kimmich has passed the ball over to Lorenz. Correction, has passed the ball over to Zimmerman. Ball is back in Franklin Regional's possession. Franklin Regional passes the ball. It is over the sideline. There'll be a throw-in by Woodland Hills. Throw-in for the Wolverines. Ball's in possession of Franklin Regional by Todd. Todd is in possession of the ball. Franklin Regional is fouled. There will be a free kick by Woodland Hills. Sam Dotson has re-entered in the game for Franklin Regional. Regional has made a throw-in by Franklin Regional. Kimmich. Lorenz is keeping on the pressure. Zimmerman has made the kick. Zimmerman put in a lot of effort in that kick, but unfortunately that was a home run, and a home run is not quite the type of move you want to make in a game like soccer. Ball is in possession of Franklin Regional. Maintaining the pressure. Can they make a breakthrough? Woodland Hills is keeping up the defense. Ball's back in possession of Lorenz. And almost a goal. Just a reminder, the score is 11-0 with Franklin Regional in the lead. Goal kick by Woodland Hills. Ooh, quite the pass there. But the ball is back in possession of Franklin Regional. Franklin Regional is back in possession of the ball, and Woodland Hills has taken possession. It was a handball by Franklin Regional, which is not acceptable in the game of soccer. Franklin Regional is back in possession of the ball, keeping the pressure on Woodland Hills. Excellent passing formation here by Franklin Regional. And the goalie of Woodland Hills has possession. Woodland Hills is making a goal kick. It is in possession of Franklin Regional yet again. Woodland Hills is keeping up the defense, breaking up the pressure from Franklin Regional on the side of the field. Woodland Hills is now in possession of the ball. Franklin Regional is taking it back. Pass back to the goalie of Franklin Regional. The pressure is currently down on Franklin Regional side by Woodland Hills, but it looks like Franklin Regional is maintaining that pressure pretty well. They're bringing it back to the midfield. Todd has the ball. And it is a goal for Franklin Regional. Heath Gudowski has made the goal for Franklin Regional. That brings them to 12 points over Woodland Hills. The score is 12-0, and with Franklin Regional in the lead. It's over the touchline. It will be a throw-in by Woodland Hills. Franklin Regional throw-in. Pressure's on Franklin Regional side of the field, but it is back in the possession of Franklin Regional. Woodland Hills is in possession of the ball. Franklin Regional has kicked it back to their side. It is now in possession of Franklin Regional. Dawson has the ball. And the ball is back in possession of Franklin Regional. Looks like Zimmerman has the ball. Number 28 of Franklin Regional has the ball. Ball is going back into the possession of Califoy. Correction. Franklin Regional's maintaining the pressure. Bringing it back to Franklin Regional side. And it is over the touchline. He'll be a throw-in by Woodland Hills. Franklin Regional is taking back possession. Number 28 of Franklin Regional has kicked it back to the goalie of Franklin Regional. Dawson has possession. It is back to Dawson. Number 4 of Franklin Regional is making pass, and that was a goal. From my perspective, it was kind of hard to see that, but that was a goal, folks. So that brings us up to 13-0 with Franklin Regional in the lead. 13-0. And we were in the second half. Is playing it back to the center field. Let's see. Franklin Regional is in possession of the ball. And it is another goal for Franklin Regional. Dylan Tom has made the goal for Franklin Regional. The score is now 14-0 with Franklin Regional in the lead here at the home stadium. Students and family members, alumni of Franklin Regional must be really proud of their alma mater right now. Woodland Hills in possession of the ball. Number 28 of Franklin Regional has possession of the ball. Number 8, Todd. Back to Zimmerman. Dawson. Number 29 of Franklin Regional has the ball. Let's see, number 34. Todd. And, oh. Just a little over the sideline there. It'll be a throw-in by Woodland Hills. Let's see. Looks like, it's over the sidelines. That'll be a throw-in by Woodland Hills. Throw-in by Woodland Hills. And it is over the sideline. It'll be a throw-in by Franklin Regional. Franklin Regional is in possession of the ball. The score is 14-0 with Franklin Regional in the lead. It'll be a goal kick for Franklin Regional. goal kick by Franklin Regional. Rudnick has entered the game as a substitution. Franklin Regional back in possession of the ball, bringing it down to Woodland Hills side of the field. Kicking it back to their side in a boxing strategy. The ball is back in possession of Franklin Regional defense.
I have to call the game sometime. I can't pronounce the last name. I'll just say the first initial. Yeah, I'll say.
And it is over the touchline. It'll be a throw in by Franklin Regional. Franklin Regional in possession of the ball. It is heading back to midfield with Franklin Regional still in possession. The pressure is not really too heavy on Franklin Regional side at this point in time, but it looks like Franklin Regional is maintaining the pressure by a passing strategy. It'll be a throw-in by Franklin Regional by Jake Jimmick. And the ball is back in Woodland Hills possession for now, and Woodland Hills is putting the pressure on Franklin Regional's offense. There will be a throw-in by Franklin Regional, number 28, Gafoy. Rupnik. Ball is going back to Kimmich. In possession of Franklin Regional. Kimmich has the ball. Franklin Regional putting the pressure back on Woodland Hills. They are set up for that strategy. Oh, but not quite. A few passes, and they would have had a very impressive moment there. Ooh, just over the crossbar. Excellent kick by Dotson of Franklin Regional. 5 minutes is remaining in the match. The second half of the game. The score is 14-0 with Franklin Regional in the lead. Woodland Hills is back in possession of the ball. It is over the sideline. There'll be a throw-in by Woodland Hills. Franklin Regional back in possession of the ball. Again, it looks like Woodland Hills is taking more of a defensive strategy in this game, whereas out of bounds. Woodland Hills will be doing the throw-in. Ball is in possession of Woodland Hills, taken back by Franklin Regional. And
possession of Woodland Hills. Woodland Hills back in possession. And the pressure is certainly on Franklin Regional's side at this point, with Woodland Hills reading each other's plays pretty well. Oh, over the touchline. I'll be a throw-in by Franklin Regional by Kafori. Kafori has possession of the ball. Kimmich is in possession of the ball. The ball has went back to Cristofano. Franklin Regional maintaining the pressure. Ball is back to, it looks like Carrick. Oh, no correction. Kimmich. Kimmich is in possession of the ball right now for Franklin Regional. The ball has returned to the center field. And now it's back to Franklin Regional's side. Franklin Regional still maintaining the pressure of being brought on by Woodland Hills. 2 minutes is remaining in the game. The score is 14-0. Looks like Franklin Regional really is adamant about getting that last goal in there. 28 and excellent save by the goalie of Woodland Hills. Woodland Hills is bringing on the pressure, but Franklin Regional's defense has averted the pressure. Now in possession of Franklin Regional Hills. Franklin Regional. Ball is back down to Woodland Hills side, and the setup is certainly there. Ooh. Excellent. That is a goal. That wraps up the score to 15 points over nothing. Franklin Regional in the lead. The score is 15 over nothing. Franklin Regional in the lead over Woodland Hills. Kimmich with a throw-in for Franklin Regional. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's it. 15-0 with Franklin Regional taking the helm. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for all of you that tuned in. This is Roxamore Sports Live.